All right. Just coming up on a couple minutes after 9 o'clock, and time now for our featured band group for this Friday evening. Don and Steve here in the studio. And thank you, Mr. Chuck, for providing us all the information and some tunes from the band.
Amen, brother.
Yes, a band called the New Yorkers or the Hudson Brothers. You got any comments before we get started there, Mr. Steve?
Only that I asked you if you were communicating with Chuck tonight to text him that I was in northern New York and they released that, but he's working radio, and I swear to you, I could not tell you anything they did, but I swear to you, I remember the Hudson Brothers, and I remember them as Canadian, and that's probably wrong. However, it is possible, and we've seen this across the pond, where some groups do really well in England, but not so well here, right? And so maybe the Hudson Brothers did better in England than they did on the charts here.
Okay.
We'll go into that later, folks. But yes, I had I've heard of them. I could not tell you why. Could not tell you anything they did. My impression is they're Canadian. So, Mr. Chuck, take that for what it is.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. All right. Let's get her underway here. The New Yorkers were a young band from Portland, Oregon, made up of three brothers. Mark Hudson on the drums, Bill Hudson on lead guitar, Brett Hudson on bass guitar. Previously, the group was known as the My Sirs, but after receiving the attention of a local promoter, they were offered a contract promoting Chrysler automobiles and renamed the New Yorkers after the Chrysler model of the same name. Yes,
not from New York City. The New Yorkers as
the car,
Chrysler.
The Chrysler New Yorker.
Corinthian leather.
The band's job was to perform live shows at Chrysler dealerships in the local area. What a phenomenon, huh? All right. There you go, my friend. Oh, okay. They continued on in the middle to late 60s, performing at local Northwest armories and dance halls, quickly building a following, becoming one of the most popular acts with their style of music and on stage comedy.
On stage comedy. Well, that's pretty cool. Three brothers from Portland. We're going to play, I believe, one of those more comedic tunes, folks, tonight. The three brothers from Portland also kept busy in the recording studio. Released a series of 45 RPM records on the Scepter Records label, Jordan Records, and even Decca Records. To promote the singles, the group toured with several popular acts such as Buffalo Springfield, The Supremes, Johnny Nash, and the Buckinghams. On Decca Records, they changed their name to Everyday Hudson, in early 1970, releasing the single Laugh Funny Funny. Now, we're going to play that. In the spring of 1970, the band's name was shortened to Hudson, which later evolved into the Hudson Brothers. That's unbelievable. One of the group's earliest television appearances as the Hudson Brothers, the summer of 1972, appearing on the game show What's My Line? In 1973, the group gained the attention of Bernie Taupin, who signed them to Elton John's record label, Rocket Records, and success continued to build for the Hudson Brothers from Portland, Oregon, with the release of more records and exposure on television.
Well, okay. Stay tuned for a part two to learn what happened to the group from Portland after they appeared on the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour in 1974. Mr. Steve's got some of the music and stuff for you now.
All right, well, we are going to do Mr. Kirby, from 1967 when they were the New Yorkers, written by Mark Hudson and Bill Hudson. We're going to do, again, from 1967, Mark Hudson, Bill Hudson, Kent Fillmore. Adrienne from 1968, when they were the New Yorkers, written by Mark Hudson and Bill Hudson. And Laugh Funny Funny as the group Everyday Hudson, written by Mark Hudson, Bill Hudson, and Brett Hudson. Here are the New Yorkers, Everyday Hudson, or maybe the Hudson Brothers from Portland, Oregon.
Street, there's a man who sells everything he can. A candy stands up with a brass handle on the door. He'll be there forevermore. He'll never ever get ahead. Mr. Kirby's soul is dead. He's a clean old man, but his motives aren't very good, and they're misunderstood. All through his life, oh, Mr. Kirby tried, but last night he died. He'll never ever get ahead. Mr. Kirby's soul is dead. Again, I tell you I love you. Again, I'll tell you I care. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm on my knees, I'm begging you, forgive me, yeah, oh yes again. Look at me, say that I could never be true to you. My whole life knew that I would go on loving you. The things I said were meant for you, but I'm to blame for being untrue. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm on my knees, I'm begging you, forgive me, yeah, oh yes again, I love you again. All the people look at me, say that I will never be true to you. My whole life knew that I would go on loving you again. I tell you I love you again. I tell you I care. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm on my knees, I'm begging you, forgive me, yeah, oh yes again. you understand? You got to laugh at each other, 'cause we've all gotta make it the best way we can. Laugh, funny, funny, you got to feel it. Laugh, funny, funny, it's alright. Laugh, funny, funny, well we got to live it. Funny, funny, people living funny, funny life. Love is love when you make it. If only people could understand. Let's forget about creed and color and laugh at each other the best way we can. Laugh, funny, funny, you got to feel it. Laugh, funny, funny, it's alright. Laugh, funny, funny, well we got to live it. Funny, funny, people living funny, funny life. Laugh, funny, funny, you got to feel it. Laugh, you got to feel it. You got to feel it. Laugh, funny, funny, you got to feel it. Laugh, funny, funny, it's alright. Laugh, funny, funny, well we got to live it. Funny, funny, people living funny, funny life. Funny, funny, you got to feel it. Laugh, funny, funny, it's alright. Laugh,
Well, there you go. There's our 4 featured
Nice.
songs. Very nice. All 4 of them from the Hudson brothers, formerly known as the New Yorkers. And I got to say, my picks, number 2 and number 4. That's the
Yeah,
last one. I
Right.
really liked Laugh Funny Funny from 1970.
I liked it. That would have been my favorite.
Yeah,
right
my
there. Yeah.
favorite too. Number 2, though, I really liked, again, 1967, as the New Yorkers. But they're all great. But my 2 favorite picks was number 2 and number 4.
How about yours, folks? If you would like to see this program on YouTube,
It'll be
Chuck, our buddy, has some 8mm film of some of these guys in concert and some pictures. And I got to tell you, all you got to do is just go to YouTube and look up Sweet Home Radio. And you'll see some of the other programs we did, Grant and the Blue Boys and so on and so forth, many of them. And this one, Hudson Brothers / New Yorkers. We're going to present part 2 this coming Friday night. And it'll tell you what happened to the Hudson Brothers / New Yorkers after they gained some nationwide fame. But as we tell you a lot, what we love about this series so much is these were Northwest groups. Many of them did not make it nationwide. The Hudson Brothers at least made it nationwide for a while, but many of them did not, although we believe, and you may have if you went to the concert of the Salem Armory and rocked out in 1967. 1972, you might have believed that one of your favorite groups from your neighborhood had the talent to go nationwide. And Don and I both think that many of these that Chuck remembers and has come up with and passed through the Salem Armory and the producer that was connected with it and the recording studio that was connected with it. We believe that many of them had the talent to go nationwide.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love this series.
Any last comments there, Mr. Steve?
Well, just tune in next week. We are going to have part 2 of the story of these boys from Portland, Oregon. If 3 brothers and at one time billed as the Hudson Brothers. We're going to have their more of their story this coming week. And you can find us on YouTube whenever Chuck gets it done, and we wish you would.